Imagine walking into a room where twilight seems to linger in the corners, carrying the faint, comforting scent of old paper and beeswax. True maximalism relies on the deliberate layering of personal history, turning a simple storage unit into an enchanting landscape of shadow and form. By gathering treasures from the natural world and blending them with rich, time-worn materials, your home begins to tell an enigmatic story that feels completely authentic. Let us discover how to arrange these curious objects to capture that timeless, old-world allure. One. Glass Curio cabinet. Have you ever noticed how a room completely transforms when a single furniture piece anchors the entire architecture? Think of this towering ebonized structure as your theatrical stage, where deep, distorted reflections instantly establish an atmosphere of historical mystery. The shadowed glass panels filter the ambient light, softening the edges of whatever rests inside while inviting onlookers to step closer and peer through the twilight. It establishes a structural boundary that makes the entire room feel grounded, intimate, and deeply secure. Two. Brass specimen frames. Look closely at how the faint glint of metallic borders catches the flickering light against a dark backdrop. These miniature enclosures act as delicate jewelry for your shelves, contrasting beautifully with heavier structures around them. Placing small, reflective objects at eye level creates subtle focal points that guide the gaze deeper into the composition. Three. Stacked antique books. Few arrangements rival this simple method for establishing physical height and structural stability on a shelf. Laying heavy, cloth-bound volumes horizontally provides a sturdy platform that lifts smaller objects into prominence, instantly correcting any awkward gaps in your layout. The rough texture of linen spines pairs beautifully with smoother materials, offering a tactile richness that invites the touch. Marble bust sculpture. A sense of classical history emerges the moment a cool, carved portrait rests against a backdrop of deep tones. This solid chiseled figure balances the lighter, more fragile natural elements nearby, grounding the entire vignette with substantial physical weight. Notice how the ambient illumination schemes over the contoured stone cheekbones, casting soft shadows that shift throughout the day. 5. Apothecary potion bottles. Warm amber vessels possess a unique ability to catch passing sunbeams, radiating a rich, honeyed glow from deep within the shelf. Tucking these hollow glass containers into shadowed areas introduces a luminous depth that makes the entire arrangement feel alive. Crowding them together in small clusters mimics the charming disarray of an old European farm laboratory, especially when dried flora spills carelessly from the open tops. 6. Tarnished silver candlesticks. Step back and observe how vertical lines break up the horizontal planes of your cabinetry, introducing essential visual movement. These slender, metallic pillars lift the eye upward, while cascading paths of dried wax tell a silent story of long, quiet evenings spent indoors. The cool, oxidized finish contrasts beautifully with warmer metals, proving that mixing different materials produces a much more authentic, collected interior style. 7. Velvet jewelry boxes. Plush, moss-colored surfaces introduce a luxurious softness that completely absorbs the light, creating a deep pool of saturated tone. Nestling these small, soft cases beneath heavier items balances the harder textures of stone and glass, offering a resting place for the eye. The small metallic latches offer a tiny hint of functional detail, suggesting that something precious is kept safe inside. 8. Gothic birdcage display. Delicate wire domes introduce a beautiful geometric complexity without blocking the view of the items resting directly behind them. Filling the interior with wild, preserved greenery creates an intriguing miniature landscape that celebrates the wild beauty of the outdoors. This airy framework allows light to pass entirely through, ensuring that large accent pieces do not overwhelm the surrounding layout. Nine. Miniature globe collection. Arranging spherical shapes across straight ledges instantly disrupts rigid lines, adding a playful sense of adventure to your display. These rotating world models evoke a deep nostalgia for historical exploration, reminding us of the timeless human desire to map the unknown. Spacing them across different levels creates a rhythmic flow, encouraging the viewer to explore the shelves just as an explorer charts new territory. Framed botanical sketches. Hanging or leaning monochrome illustrations against the back wall of your cabinet creates an immediate sense of layered depth. These detailed representations of flora bring the quiet serenity of a forest directly into your living space, bridging the gap between art and science. The simple dark borders outline the artwork, framing the organic shapes so they stand out clearly against a deep background wall color. (11) Carved wooden drawer. Consider the quiet satisfaction of running your fingers across deeply grained surfaces that reveal small, vintage metal hardware. This compact organizer introduces a functional, tactile charm, grounding your grandest collections with a touch of practical, everyday utility. Tucking it near the base of your display establishes a firm visual foundation, anchoring the lighter elements floating on the upper level. By focusing on varied heights, contrasting materials, and rich, deep colors, you can transform any corner into a captivating sanctuary filled with authentic character. If you enjoyed exploring these styling techniques today, please like this video, subscribe to Best Home Decor for more interior design inspiration, and leave a comment sharing which unique treasure you plan to add to your own display unit.